record this personalized video to show you a couple of things about your niche and how you can basically SEO hack it to start ranking up higher and using your website as a traffic net as opposed to just a prop that doesn't really generate any traffic whatsoever. So this right here is Google Keyword Planner. And you'll notice that under the keywords personal injury attorney, we have roughly 10 to 100,000 searches every single month. And if we were to go in even deeper and get really in depth with our keywords, like personal injury attorney in Los Angeles, we can find like between 1 to 10,000 people searching for attorneys under these queries on Google every month alone. And you'll also notice that it says medium competition here, and over here we have low competition. That's great because that tells us that you can basically outrank that competition really fast, and it's got a reasonable number of people that are visiting every single month, meaning you have a higher likelihood of attracting people who make those search queries, and you can get them to come to your website. Now, if we were to look at injury attorney in Costa Mesa, right? Let's try the we're going to see car accident lawyer, Daniel Kim, blah, 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 Wilshire. It's funny how the Wilshire law firm is ranking here too, but let's keep going down. Apart from these LSAs, which is what these three are called, and apart from the paid ads, did you know that about 60+% of people will deliberately ignore all of these paid ads and go right down to the bottom over here? I read about that in an article, and that's pretty interesting because I kind of do that myself, right? Because usually we don't tend to trust those paid ads. Anyways, if we were to actually go down and look at the first page and look at the kind of traffic that these people are getting, let's look at, you've got Easton and Easton, you've got Daniel Kim. These guys are getting about 200 a month while just ranking 98 keywords. That's really roughly like 100,000 words in content, and they're managing to get 200 people every single month. That's pretty interesting, actually. Also, their domain authority is 31, which is really not that high and not that hard to beat. Next, if you look at DK, he's got about 780 people coming in every single month, and that's an interesting number as well. And if you were to look at this little keyword list over here, it'll tell you all the keywords for which Daniel has optimized his website. He's got 5 pages of keywords that he's been writing articles on so that he can optimize his website. And that's pretty interesting because that is a testament to how the more content you have, the better your website is going to rank on Google's first page, and then subsequently the more traffic you will have thereafter. And so you'll notice Daniel does have more traffic than Easton and Easton, but you know, he also has more content. He has over 200,000 words in content at the end of the day. So when it comes to your website, you clearly don't have content and you're not ranking in these areas when you should be, especially in other niches that you could be ranking in. The top dogs out there are people like Pintus and Mullins, who have 1.6 million words of content and are subsequently getting like 10,000 viewers every single month. And then you have folks like Daniel Kim, who've only got like 200,000, 300,000 words, even less, and you know, they're getting barely 1,000 people, barely 1/10 of what the other top dogs are getting. So I hope that this brought you some value. I'm happy to send you a list of all these keywords as well. I can just export it in an Excel file. Let me know if that's something you're interested in. And then if you're interested in our team just writing up these words for you, which by the way, they include copyright-free images, they include plagiarism-free content, and they include optimized content. So they optimize the H1 and H2 tags. They make sure that the images have all texts and all tags, and they make sure that you actually have optimized articles on there so that it ends up appearing and ends up ranking you. Typically, when you have a new website, Google's going to pretty much give you 3 to 6 months to start getting out of their sandbox. If you have a strategy for unloading your content over the course of 3 to 6 months, you can reduce the sandbox period and subsequently rank your website. And also, what we would do is we would launch 2 different websites for you, one being a strict funnel and the other being somewhat of a accomplishments, here's what I do type of website, and we would split test those for traffic as well. So I hope you're interested in what you've been hearing, and I hope that it's brought you value even if you don't decide to go forward. Thanks so much for listening.